The story of Project MKUltra is one of the most disturbing conspiracies that turned out to be 100% true. It began in 1953, at the height of the Cold War. The CIA, led by chemist Sidney Gottlieb, became obsessed with the idea that the Soviets had developed brainwashing techniques. They decided the US needed to master mind control first. The project was top secret and operated across 80 institutions, including universities, hospitals, and prisons. Most participants had no idea they were part of a government experiment. The goal was to find a way to crack the human mind, erase memories, or create Manchurian candidates who could be programmed to carry out missions without their own knowledge. To achieve this, Gottlieb's team used a cocktail of drugs, most notably LSD. In an operation called Midnight Climax, the CIA set up safe houses in San Francisco. They hired sex workers to lure men to these apartments, where the men were secretly dosed with LSD, while CIA agents watched through one-way mirrors to study their reactions. The experiments weren't just about drugs. They used sensory deprivation, extreme isolation, and electroconvulsive therapies, sometimes at levels 30 to 40 times the normal medical dose. One doctor, Ewan Cameron, attempted to repattern patients by putting them into drug-induced comas for weeks while playing looped audio messages under their pillows. One of the most famous victims was Frank Olson, a government scientist. In 1953, he was covertly dosed with LSD at a retreat. Days later, he fell to his death from a hotel window in New York. For decades, the government called it a suicide. It wasn't until the 1970s that his family learned he had been drugged, leading to suspicions of a cover-up. As the 1970s approached, the political climate shifted. Following the Watergate scandal, the public became deeply distrustful of intelligence agencies. In 1973, fearing an investigation, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered all MKUltra files destroyed. He believed the evidence of these illegal human experiments should never see the light of day. However, a clerical error saved a small cache of financial records, about 20,000 pages, that hadn't been filed with the main reports. These documents were discovered in 1977, following a Freedom of Information Act request. They provided the paper trail that proved the government had been conducting psychological warfare on its own citizens. The Senate's Church Committee hearings in 1975 and the subsequent 1977 hearings brought these horrors to the public. It was revealed that the CIA had even experimented on children and the terminally ill. The conspiracy was no longer a theory. It was a matter of public record, though many details were lost forever in the shredded files. The legacy of MKUltra lives on in modern culture and law. It led to the creation of the informed consent laws we have today, ensuring medical subjects must know they are being studied. Yet, because so many files were destroyed, many believe we only know the tip of the iceberg regarding what the government actually discovered. Some researchers suggest that the techniques developed during MKUltra didn't end, but were simply rebranded under different classified projects. They point to modern psychological operations and advanced non-lethal weaponry of the spiritual successors to Gottlieb's dark work in the 1950s.